Hello, my name is Ugo, and this is the umpire for wave array. So, wave array, pretty simple problem. The only thing that threw me off was the weird. I wasn't really sure what exactly we were supposed to do with this, and or what this was trying to say, and I didn't really understand this either. So it took me a second. It did not take me 6 hours. I forgot to close the tab, and I was working on my homework, so uh, it just counted time up. So yeah, but after figuring out what these two things were basically asking for, I couldn't really see another solution other than sorting it because it's like I feel like any other solution would not guarantee that it stays less lexicographically smallest. So um yeah, so basically what it gives you is a list of integers, and they are not guaranteed to be sorted. They are between uh 1 and what is that, 100,000? Yeah, no, a million. So they're between 1 and a million. The length of the array is between 1 and a million. So, right, yeah. Um, and basically, pretty simple. We basically just want to, let me do the comments. We basically want to have, like, imagine a sorted array, so not a normal one. Uh, imagine this is how it looks like normally, right? You have a0 is less than a1, a1 is less than a2, a2 is less than a3, and so forth. Basically what they want us to do is they want us to swap the value in the middle to be less than both the left and the right. So originally what I was confused about was like, okay, how would we do this? But then I realized we just had to, or not. What I realized was that A1 would probably have to be less than A3 in order to keep the lexicographically smallest order, because both of them would technically be correct, but the correct one would be the one that's smallest lexicographically. And that would mean that A1 has to be smaller. So that simplifies things, because if we sort the thing already, then the first index is going to already be smaller than the third one. Or, well, I guess index at 0 is smaller than the index at 2. So because of that, we just have to swap the smallest one with the middle one, and the middle one will now be the smallest one as it should be. And then since 1 is less than 2, it'll just meet the requirement of being lexicographically the smallest one. So after that, it would just look like uh, a two. Or wait, I didn't do the sign right. Sorry. And then there we go. So it would just look like this instead. But yeah, that's the problem. We just sorted at the start. That's O of n log n. I wanted to keep it as a virtual function, or not virtual, a pure function. Sorry. I wanted to keep it as a pure function because it says return a list of integers, and if we're gonna make modifications to it and return it, I don't think they want us to do an in place, especially if they didn't mention it. So I'm just making my own assumption here. Probably not the thing you'd want to do in an interview, but I'm just making the assumption because I don't have an interview to ask, like, hey, do you want me to modify the list, or do you want me to create a new one to return? So I just wanted to keep it consistent rather than doing a mutation and returning something at the same time. So I created a new list. That means that I'm taking up O of n space. Pretty sure. Yeah. So O of n space and then O of n log n time complexity because of the sorting. This does not contribute to the time complexity really because it's O of n, because we're basically just, well, it's not even fully O of n, it's O of n over 2, because we're stepping through it at a rate of 2 in order to basically, we're covering basically these two things, and then we're going to skip over this one. So then we start over here on the third index or third element of the list. So all we're doing is we're swapping the one that we're currently at with the next one. So that would be the first element with the second element. We're just swapping those two, and then we're skipping over the middle term in order to go to the next terms. And then we just swap them, swap them, swap them until we get to the length of the list -1. This is because we would have an out of bounds issue. This would only happen if you had like an odd number. So if we had a to a4 or something like that, what would happen is I would get right here, and then I plus 1 would be right here, but there's nothing here, so then that raises an error. So yeah, that's a wave array, pretty cool. That's it.